Good to see you guys again. And last weekend I went to the flea market and I saw this big box of books and I purchased it for $4. And then I started digging in to the books and I got 8 big halt books that I want to share with you guys. I want to share you guys that I actually like these books, that I actually read them. I started some of them and I need to finish them. And also I'm planning them on reselling them, and I'm just going to show you guys how much they're going for in the eBay and Amazon. Just want to show you the market value of them. Welcome to Simple Chew. I'm your host Hank, and I've been an accountant for 10 years. I also run a resale business on the side for the past 5 years. And if you've been following me, it will really help me if you like this video or like any of my other videos. Also, if you're new, welcome. And I suggest you to subscribe and also hit the bell so you can be notified for every video that I post, because I've been posting every Mondays and Fridays. And I usually talk about investment education, resale education, and also accounting practices. Just a side note on this video, if you've been thinking of creating your own business but you don't have an idea or you don't have a lot of money, I think selling used books is actually a great business. It's a multi-million-dollar business. Amazon started selling books, started new books, but now you can start buying used books. You can sell them on eBay, Amazon. It's really easy. It's a little barrier entry, and I highly recommend it if you're trying to make a business and you don't have a lot of money. So after going through this big box of books, there was a lot of random books that I should make another video of these random books, but I got some big hits on this box. And the first book that I found was this Steve Jobs biography type of book, and I actually started reading it. It's pretty interesting. I always wanted to learn of the mindset of Steve Jobs, and now having the opportunity buying this big box of books for $4, it was truly a bargain. And this book usually goes for on eBay about $4. Brand new, you can go a little higher, but this one, when I checked it, it looks pretty good. It looks pretty new. I think the cover is a little beat up because it has like a little hole and it has like a pricing, maybe it came from somewhere. But anything else about this book, everything looks really well. They haven't written anything inside. They haven't painted it, like done any crazy thing inside the book, which is great. Or folded. I know a lot of people are particular about folding their books as a bookmark, and if you're gonna sell it, that's not a good thing because people are gonna notice about that. But at the end of the day, it's a great book. Not only to read but also to sell. I think a lot of people are going to be interested in buying this book, and if you can see on the eBay, recently it's been selling really well for $4. And if I sold this book anytime soon, I made my money back from buying the big box of books. The second book that I found was How to Master Your Selling. Interesting book. I've always been interested on how to sell things to people. I think that's one of the biggest skills that you should learn if you're trying to get into business, especially if you're trying to start your own business. That's the whole big idea of not only learning the accounting part of your business, but also learning how to sell yourself, your product, your service, or anything. And I think this book was really surprising that I found it in there. I haven't started reading this book, but I think I'm gonna read it and then hopefully resell it. And when I check on eBay, the last book that got sold was $9, but I think it was brand new, so it has a good return on it, and I think I could sell it for $4. It's a little beat up in the cover over here. It hasn't been written inside or done anything crazy or folded, which is nice. It doesn't smell like bad, neither like moldy. I think that's another important thing too when you're buying books, not to buy books that smell, because people are gonna your customer's not gonna like that. And be really specific about the books, like this stuff over here. If it's folded, just tell your customers what's going on, and this should be fine. But a really interesting book. So really surprised that I went for $9. Somebody actually paid $9 for it. So now that if I sold it for, let's say, another $4, now I'm $4 in profit. Third book that I found in there was Quiet by Susan. I actually read this book before. I actually owned this book, and then I gave it away. And then I found it again, which is maybe a sign or something, I don't know. But amazing book. It talks about people who are introverts like me. I'm a super introvert type of person. What make us, what type of people are introvert people, kind of thing. It just explains the physical things that goes on in somebody who's an introvert, and it talks about if you're trying to communicate with an introvert, how you should communicate. It also talks, if you're an introvert, that the way you're feeling is not abnormal, or it's not something that you're the only one experiencing. Everybody who's an introvert is also experiencing that. And it talks about, it goes to really deep into like scientific studies, and it's a really super interesting book. This book can go for $3 to $4 used on eBay, checked, and this book is actually in really good condition. I could say I could almost sell this book for new, but the cover, it has a little bent, which is fine. But other than that, no writing inside or anything crazy, no stains. A little bit of stains over here, but still sellable. Except for another $4, let's say. Now I'm $8 in profit. The fourth book is Essentialism. I also read this book before finding this book inside the big box. This book is literally brand new. Like, I don't think whoever bought this book and put it in the box even read this book. You can actually even hear it, how new it is. I don't know if you guys can hear it. That sounds pretty new to me. The cover is has like a coffee stain, but other than that, doesn't smell anything. I think this came from like a Good Home kind of bookshelf kind of thing. This book is expensive if you're trying to buy it new on like Barnes and Nobles or whatever. I think Amazon also sells it a little cheaper, but it is an expensive book. And this book goes for around $6 to $10 used. Which I couldn't believe it. Great book. It talks about how to make things easier for yourself. It's been a long time that I read this book, but it just talks about, it's like almost like a stoicism kind of philosophy. But highly recommend the book, and also good profit. So if I sold it for, let's say, to be conservative, $6. Now, the fifth book was this investment book, Foundation and Endowments investment. I don't know. I'm a big investor in the stock market, so it was really interesting to find this book. This book definitely actually has like somebody actually study this book really hard, and there's a bunch of like highlighting stuff, and they wrote in it, and so it's like a lot of written things inside the book. So this book is gonna be a little harder to sell. This book, I'm actually not gonna read this book because it's about if you're like a chief, like a higher up in management, or you're running like a big company, 500 million and up kind of company, how to manage your business if you're a higher up. I might keep it, I don't know, but it was a big hit because when I checked eBay, eBay actually didn't have anything for the book. Actually, I went on Amazon and checked the used tab, and it was actually going for $15 to $30, which I was really surprised. So if I remove as much as I can of this like sticker things over here, and just tell in the descriptions there's a little written and it has like highlighted, maybe I can sell it for $10, and now we're doing really good. I'm making some good profit here. And for the sixth book, Mixing Secrets, this is like a textbook type of book. I'm really surprised to find this book in there compared to the other things that were in there. But this book is literally brand new. They haven't no writing inside, no highlighting, not anything. But it says that originally it goes for $40. So I went to check on eBay and Amazon, and people were paying around $30 to $50, which I was really surprised the company was paying $50 for this book when it just cost $40. But I guess this is one of those books that is highly recommended if you're into the whole audio mixing. I haven't read it. I think that it's really technical. I think I read like a few pages, and there's a really technical book where I think you should know the basics somewhere else, or you should go to school to learn the basics. But I guess it's for like a small studio kind of thing. So a really big hit finding this book in there, really random, but there was a bunch of random books in there. The 7th book that I found was The Big Short. Love this book. I read this book before, and I was really happy to see this book. This book is literally brand new. It has like a weird thing in here, but really surprised to find this book in there in a hardcover. I might keep this book, but I don't know. It's really exciting to see it. Amazing book. It talks about the 2008 financial crisis, about the housing, the CDOs, and what happened and why it was a big bubble on the mortgages, and the banks were making a lot of mistakes. I'm not going to go too deep in it. I'm going to talk about it for hours. And they also have a movie about this book, really good. Seen it a couple of years ago. Can't remember who's in it, but I should watch it. But this book goes for around $4, hardcover, used. It has like a little rip here, so I might have to sell it used for another $4. So another $4. And the 8th and last book that I found was Unshakeable by Tony Robbins. And this book, when you go to the flea market or you go any thrift shop, anything, this book is everywhere. I think people bought this book because they want to learn how to manage their money. I actually had read this book before finding it in the big box, and this book is almost like a big advertisement for his company, his investment company, which I didn't like that much. But it has some golden nuggets in the book, I can't lie, and that I actually had followed. And this book, when I found it, it's actually pretty in good shape. I can actually sell this book for brand new. It has no writing, and no highlighting. It even sounds new, like nobody has used this book at all. The cover is really nice. I don't want to ruin it right now. And this book goes for like around $6 to like $16, which is a good profit right there. Thank you guys for watching the video. Hopefully you guys like this kind of book haul that I do, where I mixed it with reselling them, which I run a resale business on the side. And I actually have read these books. That's the benefit of buying used books, because you can actually read them and then you can resell them if they're valuable. I mean, not all the books that were in the box is gonna be valuable, or that you buy is gonna be valuable, but you might find some golden nuggets in there that you can sell. One of the suggestions that I give you is, don't buy, if you're gonna go to the flea market, don't buy the individual books, because it's gonna run expensive. Just buy the whole box. If you see like 2-3 books in there that you feel like they could be valuable, you can research really quickly on your phone, just buy the whole box. It's gonna be way cheaper than buying individual. And then if the person who is selling the books see that you're really excited, or do you want specific books, they're gonna know that you know something that they don't, and they're gonna bring the price up on you, or they're gonna give you a bigger price than buying the whole box. And a lot of these people just want to sell the whole thing. They don't want somebody just picking some books and then leaving. They want to sell the whole thing, which is better for you, because you can make a big offer on the big box. Depending on how big it is, I wouldn't go more than like $10 on a box. I think I usually pay around $5 to $6 for the whole box, and they're usually happy to just get rid of all that stuff, because some of the things is not theirs. They just bought it from somewhere else, or they bought like a storage unit or something, so they don't want to keep carrying those things back and forth. But just a little tip, if you are looking to start a business, selling used books is a really good business to get into, because it's super cheap to buy a box of books in the flea market or a garage sale or anything. So just some of the recommendations of you trying to get into the business. And always, guys, remember to keep it simple.